This week, we start with Eco Insights, where we uncover the science behind the natural world and their impact on our planet. If you've ever seen a photo of the Great Barrier Reef, you know it's a dazzling display of marine life, bright corals, shimmering fish, and an entire ecosystem stretching over 2,300 kilometers. But what you might not see in those photos is how quickly this natural wonder is disappearing. Bleaching events, caused by rising ocean temperatures, have struck the reef again and again in recent years. And now, scientists are exploring an unconventional idea to buy the reef some time: solar geoengineering. Specifically, a technique called marine cloud brightening. Here's how it works. The idea is to spray microscopic sea salt particles into the air above the ocean. These particles help clouds form, and crucially, make them brighter. Brighter clouds reflect more sunlight back into space, meaning less heat reaches the ocean surface. Less heat could mean less coral bleaching. This approach falls under the broader umbrella of solar geoengineering, which refers to technologies that intentionally reflect a small portion of the sun's rays to cool the planet. It's controversial, it's experimental, and it's something that, until recently, existed mostly on paper. But in 2024, a research team from Southern Cross University, working with Australia's Reef Restoration and Adaptation Program, took this idea out to sea, literally. They fitted research vessels with custom-designed sprayers and released sea salt aerosols into the air near Townsville on Australia's northeast coast. Their aim was to see if it was possible, scientifically and logistically, to brighten clouds above the Great Barrier Reef. The early signs? Promising, but still early. The team successfully generated and dispersed the particles, and they've observed changes in cloud behavior. But whether these changes are enough to cool the reef, and whether that cooling is meaningful or sustainable, remains to be seen. Marine cloud brightening is not a silver bullet. Scientists working on the project are quick to point out that it's not a replacement for cutting greenhouse gas emissions. Think of it more like a climate defibrillator, a temporary measure that could keep parts of the reef alive while we tackle the bigger causes of climate change. Still, it raises important questions. What are the long-term consequences of changing cloud properties? Could this alter rainfall patterns or affect nearby ecosystems in unexpected ways? Who decides when and where such techniques should be used? Solar geoengineering walks a fine line. On one hand, it offers tools that might help us avoid the worst effects of a warming planet. On the other, it carries unknown risks and the temptation to delay meaningful climate action. But with the reef already showing signs of distress, some scientists argue that the risk of doing nothing is just as great. Marine cloud brightening might not save the Great Barrier Reef forever. But if it gives us even a few more years to act, if it preserves just a little more time for ecosystems to adapt, for coral species to recover, for emissions to fall, then maybe, just maybe, it's worth exploring. Because when it comes to the reef, we're not just fighting to preserve a tourist attraction. We're trying to keep one of Earth's most diverse and fragile ecosystems from disappearing on our watch.